Welcome to an incomplete guide to personal growth. We invite you to take a breath and take a listen to our podcast that explores the wonder, humor, challenges, and sometimes those self-inflicted wounds on the journey of personal growth.
Our weekly podcast conversations include stories, resources, and tools that you can incorporate into your daily life. We're the mother-daughter duo of Sydney West
and Kelly Arundel.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, Sydney.
How are you?
I'm good.
It's good.
I'm really excited.
Yes, and today we have my friend Cassie with us.
Hi.
Hi. So we'll do her little intro in a bit.
Okay.
But so she's here. I have another friend staying, and so we kind of took over the house.
You did.
But you're staying.
Cassie, has her
Yes.
daughter here, so we've got two toddlers and people. And
but it's not like you're, schlepping it.
I'm not. I just knew that Dad made reservations, and he sent it to me like the day before, yesterday or whatever. And so I looked at, La Cantera Spa and Resort, and it was like we've driven by there. It looks really nice. Well, it is. And he set me up on the concierge level.
Oh.
And so, you get the champagne when you walk in, you got everything. And then I thought, if I'm there, I better take advantage of the spa.
Yes.
So tomorrow I've got some.
You got an appointment?
I do.
And
apparently they have their own, they have several pools, but they have a certain one for just the spa. And so that we can use. And so it's like,
I know.
And I went to this little restaurant for lunch, and I never do lunch.
No.
But it was so nice.
Oh my gosh.
I was so relaxed. I didn't know if I could make it here today.
You are ruined.
I am ruined for life, but he's going to pay for it. He's paying the price for it now.
That's so good. Oh, nice. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself.
I do have one question because you're in the hotel.
I am.
Right now
I'm
you're
in the hotel
You're
industry.
So I noticed this last time I was at a hotel and today's spot where I'm at, the soap in the the body wash in the showers, all are made for men. If you
Really?
They smell right. They smell like
Really?
men's.
They're for both.
They're for both, but they smell.
Because
A man wouldn't do that.
wouldn't wear our stuff, but we would wear men's stuff,
Right.
I
right?
get that.
So
It just was
yeah.
striking me. I thought,
That is
Yeah.
so funny.
yeah. They don't have two. They just have one, and it's.
Yes.
I
geared
thought I'm
towards.
going to ask.
You're-
Yeah.
It's a thing.
It is.
Oh, man.
Learn something new.
Yes. So we got my friend Cassie. We met freshman year of college. So it's been like a decade now.
That's crazy.
That we're old enough to have friends for that long.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'll let you get into your professional stuff, but like friendship wise, we've been friends since high school. We got married like just a year apart, and then we had our babies like 6 weeks apart.
Well,
from each
so it was so
other.
funny because if they listened to your podcast
Yes.
last, what,
I don't
in
know.
June,
Yeah, in
late
June?
June,
Yeah.
you talked about books.
Yes.
And you'd mentioned that we do our book club together, and we were wrapping up one of our reads, and we talk about we really chit chat, and then we talk about the book for the last like 5-10 minutes.
Minor detail,
It's a
right?
minor
Right.
detail. Yeah.
And we were talking one time, and I was pregnant, I was in it, and I was just like, Sydney, I wish you were in this with me. And she's like, we'll see. Little did I know that she'd actually tested positive like a week or two before that, and was just waiting.
And you were waiting?
Yeah, she was waiting. So then, a couple weeks later, she goes, so I have something I need to let go.
Yes.
I'm pregnant.
I'll let you know. It was so funny.
I love it.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah, because the kids are just 2 months apart?
Yeah.
It's really, close.
Just 2 months.
Wow.
And they've been getting along. This is the first time they met this weekend.
Yeah. Well,
And
no, because he was.
oh
at her
no,
birthday
you
party,
you did.
But,
Yeah,
I mean, they don't.
there's a
They
lot of
weren't.
other kids and stuff.
I can't
but
wait to see. I just can't
they're
wait.
so fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're so good. But yeah, so what do you do? Tell people.
So I am a friend, a wife, a mother, an event planner.
Yes.
I work in the hotel industry.
Yes.
I've
The
been
Gaylord, right?
the Gaylord Texan. Yes, I've been there. I guess a little over 2 years,
Yeah.
2.5 years now.
Yeah.
So the Gaylord is a Marriott property though, and I've been with Marriott for 9 years.
Yeah, a long time.
Yeah. So bounced around a little bit, different hotels, got different experience. But yeah, I'm an event manager at the Gaylord. I absolutely love it.
So she has to keep her cool,
All the time.
right?
Oh,
In
yeah.
the midst of chaos. When everybody
Yes.
else is going, woo.
Yes.
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 We're fine.
All the time. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So I wanted you to come on our podcast because you have a cool thing called you have a 30 before 30 list.
Yes.
And so it's like this whole list of things, 30 things that you're going to do before you turn 30. And you've already started, obviously.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you're about halfway there.
Yeah. So I turned 29 February 21st
Yeah.
of this year.
Yeah.
And so I had my list
Yeah.
set, ready to go. Like I decided what I was going to do before my birthday. And then
Yeah.
the time started. So I had a year to do it.
So you have a year to do 30. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
thinking this is something, a couple
Yes.
years worth. So you're like running.
Yeah.
passion.
Yes.
Okay.
So how
That's cool.
did you come up with the idea? That's my first question.
Well, so my coworker also is doing it, and so that's kind of what sparked it. But the way I got there was, like you said, we both became moms recently, and it's life changing.
Oh, yeah.
You're 1 minute you're taking care of yourself, then you get married and you have a spouse you're taking care of, and then a kid, and the kid's a lot more than just the spouse. I tell you
so
that.
much more.
But, I knew the dynamic in our
Yeah.
marriage and our family was going to change. But I didn't want to lose who I was just because I was becoming a mom.
Yeah.
And, kind of like I was saying in my intro, like, I'm a wife, I'm a mother. Like, I didn't want to lose, like, that because I'm a
me.
mom, I'm not me. I'm not,
Yeah.
your friend. I'm
Yeah.
not my mom's daughter. Like,
Yeah.
and who I am in my personality.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to kind of hone in on some things that maybe had been on my bucket list for a while that I haven't gotten around to doing, or things that I just knew I enjoyed that I wanted to be able to prioritize over the course of this year. I feel like 30 is a big number for our generation. Not that it hasn't been in like
But I feel like
others.
especially for it's like, whoa, 30, like what have I done? And
Yeah.
especially because like I feel like a lot of people too, they don't always have like the home done yet, that goal. They may not have the kids goal yet. They don't. And so like hitting 30, it's like the perceived notion in, I feel like just society's mind is like, oh, you've hit these benchmarks by 30. Like,
Yeah.
you've done, I mean, I know you didn't,
You
but
should be
all
well
of them.
into adulthood and then some.
Yes.
Right,
And
right.
so, so 30 is like,
It's a big number now.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to, like kind of last year when Evelyn turned 1, I was like, okay, so now she's in the fun phase, right? Like we can do more and stuff. So I just decided that she's getting to do stuff and I'm doing stuff for her. So why not like do stuff for me? So I kind of started talking about it last July when she turned 1. And then over the course of like those 6 months, kind of put together what I wanted. And then, had it finalized a couple weeks before my birthday.
Nice.
I love that. When you mentioned earlier about not losing yourself, because society says
Yes. Lose yourself.
you're the martyr.
Yeah.
You sacrifice yourself for your family, for your kids, for
Yeah.
and then that's what they learn. Oh, I have to lose it all because this is what you did. Well, no, you can still. I love that you hold on to you, and you're teaching
Yeah, teaching her to do
your
that.
daughter the same thing eventually, right?
What I love, and I see it a lot from my mom too, is, my mom has her own hobbies. She has what she loves and stuff. And I want Evelyn to be able to see that from me, right?
Yeah.
Not, my mom's a nurse, a mother. She volunteers at the food pantry. Like, I want Evelyn to see that from me too, because that's what I look up to my mom for, right? All that she's involved in and that she does. So I'm hoping that this year kind of sets a good pace for me. Not that I'm going to stop after I hit these 30 things, but so like, down the line, I haven't given up everything to become a mother, but I'm hoping that by doing this and prioritizing myself, I become a better mother. I become a better wife, a better friend. Just through prioritizing what makes me happy. Because if I'm happy, then that kind of overflows, right? To the rest
Because
of
you can do that for others. That I so
fill yourself up.
yes, I so wanted to do that
Yeah.
too as a mom to go. Look, I go out and play still.
Yes.
I still play.
Yeah.
I still do this. And
I
that's
mean,
so
there were weekends where
important.
you'd
So
be
that-
gone and Dad would
so
take care of
cool.
you.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
definitely.
that is so
yeah.
neat.
So what are some things that are on it? Do you have a couple like
Highlights?
Yeah.
Oh, I think my favorite one that I'm looking forward to, I said do 5 hobby classes.
Okay.
So 5 just random classes. So Brian and I next month are doing a mixology class.
Nice.
We found this little distillery that does like a mixology class. A couple of my friends from work and I are doing a flower arrangement class.
Cool.
So we'll like put together bouquets and learn what kind of goes together. And then Brian and I wanted to do dance lessons since before we got married, before our wedding. So I finally put that on this because I was like, that's going to be one of my hobby classes is to do dance lessons. So I said 5. I still have to figure out what the other 2 might be, but
nice.
those 3 were kind of like my priority.
That's awesome.
So I think hobby classes. Another one I'm looking forward to. I know you said you were going to the spa tomorrow. I said a spa day because I've gotten a massage here and there. I get my nails done, but I want like a full day. Go get the massage, the facial, the mani pedi. Like sit in the like they have the non-gravity chairs at our hotel. So I'm doing it at our hotel spa.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one too.
That's good. And then what was? Man, I feel like
So they're all sizes, right? I mean, they're small.
Yeah.
It's not like, you know, small, some
small
big,
different
some-
things.
Yeah.
and kind of different categories, I feel like, too.
Yeah.
Because you have some that are, like, with Ev, some that are with Brian, some that are for you, right?
Yeah. So I again wanted to emphasize myself, right? And I'm not all one thing. Like if I did all hobby classes, I'd be out of money one. But so I prioritized. I did some like wellness things. Yeah. So I'm gonna run my first 5K in September. I started training for that.
Good.
I like wanted to start daily vitamins, like to prioritize my health. So those are like 2 of my health things.
Yeah.
I did date nights with Brian or happy hours where we're going to sneak out of work early on a Friday and do that. So I said like 4. So I figured 1 a quarter, right? That's kind of I tried to be reasonable in the number of things I did.
Yeah,
So like to give Brian and I time because like we love being parents, right? But we also need our time together. So the happy hour is more him. I did a mommy-daughter day with Evelyn. So I got a day off from working extra and kept her out of school. We went to Peppa Pig and aquarium, got lunch together. So that was a fun day. Like all kinds of categories, right? Like not that I need to prioritize myself and be selfish about it, but I'm prioritizing my relationships. We did our girls trip into DC in April. That was one of my things is I wanted to do a girls trip. Doing personal stuff with friends, stuff with Evelyn, stuff with Brian.
Just to fulfill you.
Yeah.
It sounds like, it's not just by yourself. It's because you're relational.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, and then I remember the fine arts events that you wanted to go to.
Yes. So I said I was going to do 2 fine arts events.
Okay.
One is the Nutcracker. I've wanted to go see either the Fort Worth or the Dallas Ballet.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So that I knew was going to be one of them. Yeah. The other one, Brian is not necessarily a fine arts person. Yes. Yeah. So I let him pick. So we went to see
John Williams.
Yes, a night at the movies. So he was, he had the Star Wars and the Jurassic Park and everything. So so I've already done one and I'll wait to do the Nutcracker. But because I love that kind of stuff and maybe I put on the list so that it would make Brian come with me, but it's stuff that I want to do.
Yeah.
And if you don't prioritize and say I'm going to do it and actually
do it,
life just keeps going by.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Another year without another year, it just
definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. For sure. That's so cool. Oh my gosh.
But
so I think with the list, so your motivation was like your own self-care and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Did you think, I don't know, so you'll have to see. After you do it for this year, like, do you think there'd be like a 40 before 40 or like, if it,
Maybe. Brian's older than me and he didn't do one. And he was like, man, I wish I had done this because he's seeing how much fun I'm having doing this, right? And we're both list people. We like to be able to check things off. And so I told him, I was like, well, you should do a 40 before 40. And so, we've talked about maybe doing something. But I like to be able to mark off and see my growth and accomplishment, doing things. So.
And then don't you have like a bigger bucket list?
I do. So I started a bucket list. I think it was like a 5th grade project. And I kept it.
Yeah.
And then when I got a phone, I typed it into my phone. So I have it in like my notes app on my phone. And I check it off. I was doing good for a while of trying to do like 2 to 3 things per year.
Yeah.
This year, I'm going up in a hot air balloon. So in 2 weeks,
right?
New Mexico,
New Mexico? Oh,
in
wow.
2 weeks, we're doing our family vacation, and we're going to New Mexico and Utah.
Yeah.
And so I told him, I was like, I'm the passenger princess this time. I'm not planning anything. But I told him I wanted to do a New Mexico hot air balloon ride for my bucket list. So,
Fantastic.
but
Yeah. So she just like you've just always been a person that like makes these goals and then really does actually try to do them.
That's good, though.
You know?
I want to have fun in life, right?
they're
We only
realistic.
live once.
You know,
Yeah, they are
it's-
realistic. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
time, you know.
Yeah.
I like one of mine was read the Bible the whole way through.
Yeah.
I think I tried doing that 4 or 5 times.
Still haven't.
No, then I did the audiobook and check.
The Bible audiobook.
There you go.
Yes.
That is,
There
was
are
it a
ways.
Good, was it a good narrator? I feel like that would be important.
Yeah, it was the New King James version, so it was a little hard.
Oh,
but
yeah.
That's old. That's so
yeah,
funny.
yeah, it was hard, but I did it.
That's
I did it
awesome.
on the beach in Puerto Rico, so that kind of helped.
I mean, come on.
That
Yeah.
was great.
That is
Yeah.
so funny.
Oh, my.
God. Have you ever done, I don't think you've really done like list bug. Do you have?
I really haven't.
Yeah.
I just have things come up and I'm like, okay, this is what I want to
Like
do.
your Finland trip was like
Yeah,
kind of a
with
big
my
thing
college
with
friends.
the
Yeah.
Northern Lights and stuff.
Yeah, the
and I'm
Northern
trying to think-
Lights
I
and-
really haven't. Yeah, I don't really have a bucket list thing either. But like now I'm thinking. I've
I
gotta
know,
make
it'll
one.
make me
Yeah.
think.
I'll turn
what-
29 in August. So
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you do a 30 before 30.
Yeah.
And like I don't even think, it doesn't have to be a list. Like Brian and I prioritize our own time. We've always put travel.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh, yeah.
huge
Y'all are travel people.
Yes,
Yeah.
we Brian's very good about figuring, especially because I got the hotel discounts,
Yes,
like
that
figuring
helps.
out everything. But then even like we sat down before we had Evelyn and said we still want to travel and we don't want to take her every single time.
Yeah.
We love her, but she can have a week at
Yeah,
my
grandma,
my grandparents or her my parents or her parents
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
his parents
Yeah.
and so we do like a beach trip every winter. So like we get through the holidays
Yeah.
and then just time to like reconnect away from family for a little bit, in like that January, February time.
Yeah.
And then we always take a summer vacation. This time we're taking her. We haven't before. This will be like our first
Yeah.
big trip with her.
With her,
So
that's gonna be
we're
big.
excited.
Yeah.
But
You say that differently. We're excited. We're excited.
yeah, my in-laws are going, so that we'll have help. But
Yeah,
it's
I've
still
heard
a long.
the key to good vacation is grandparents.
Take the grandparents.
Take
Yes,
You got that one
I've
taken care of.
yes. But
But it's
yeah,
still a
so
lot. It's different.
it is, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I would say you don't even have to have a list. Just like
Yeah, I can make
what's
some traditions. And,
traditions and plan ahead
and make
for-
some stuff for you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's so hard. I mean, I'm even thinking, like, now, I don't even know what I would go and, like, do for myself, you
Yeah,
know?
and that to me, that's a key to go. I need to think of me.
Yes.
I need to think of me because I've gone through spurts, and I think we talked about before in the podcast that I was like, I am so stagnant.
Yes, and that's why you did
I've been
improv,
doing what
right?
I've been doing. Yeah, and that's why I got into improv. And so it's like, okay, I need to, and just listening to yourself and exploring. And I love the idea of your hobbies, right? Because it's like, well, what do I like? I don't know.
Right.
Maybe that will be fun. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll go, whoa, don't want to do that again. Who knows?
Yeah.
Like you
discover.
and pottery.
Oh, that was just
That's what I was
class.
just thinking.
So
I did
fun.
3 years of pottery in high school. I haven't done it since. A pottery class. I should
You
do that
would
as a hobby.
probably be
There we
really
go.
good at.
I
I
love
mine
pottery.
was, but
Yours
yeah,
was not good.
but it was fun.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's what matters,
And I
right?
think
Exactly.
yeah, so
There we go. We gave you an idea.
Thanks.
yeah, I do. But exploring
Yeah.
and looking online, what's out there?
That's new. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and coming up, with ideas for new experiences and stuff, for sure. And I like, and you can do it with people. Like, you don't have to, I feel like you don't have to have a family that's keeping you busy to necessarily feel like you need to
Yeah.
make this list. You know, I mean, work and life itself can be busy enough. And then having the habit of the self-care and putting yourself first is just a good habit to have anyway.
Yeah.
You know, in life, and doing it with friends, you know, like you're going with coworkers to some, and like, so you can do it, with other people.
So you need to find out when the mixology one is,
I
so
know.
you can go visit right after.
Yeah.
Find out.
Love mixology.
And then, you can have some good drinks.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes, I love mixology stuff. Oh my gosh.
That is, that's inspiring to just think about. 'Cause I don't know how many people stop and think about themselves. And as a full human being, well, I'm this. But to go, wow.
Yeah.
I
And
don't
take
wanna
the time
lose
to make a
time
list.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
don't want to lose
And I
time.
think part of it also was, so I started, I've been at the Gala for 2 years, but I started on a new team last May. And they sent out like a little questionnaire, like get to know your team, right? I'm sure you guys have filled that out with teams or church groups, right? And it's like, what's your favorite restaurant? And what do you do in your free time? And what do I do in my free time? I do the dishes 3 times a day. I switch the laundry. I clean up the house after my toddler destroys it. Like, but what do I enjoy doing? I watched TV. I hadn't done anything. I felt like watched Netflix and books. But what do I really enjoy? Pottery. I loved pottery in high school.
Did you?
You know, that would be something to get back in. Or
That would, I
You
think, when I think of pottery, those that can do it, I think it's
almost
you can only think
meditative.
of it at that time,
Yeah.
right? You're so concentrated, and what a gift to go. Everything else is gone. I'm going to do this, like you're on a piano or whatever, you know.
Definitely.
Wow. Well, I want to see your outcomes.
yeah, I'll let you know. But I'm hoping like some of these classes and stuff will give me new hobbies, stuff that I hadn't done before.
And that's a good inspiration, like looking at those types of forums and stuff and being like, I don't even know what I like. What would you being in the middle of it, like Netflix? Does that count?
Does that count as
But
a
being
hobby?
like, no,
Yeah.
I want to be a little more interesting and like I want to feel like I have more going on, in my life too. Yeah, those are I hate those questionnaires.
Yeah, and then who knows who you encounter and meet.
Yes.
In
For
these
sure.
classes,
Yeah.
right?
Definitely. Like my friend Stephanie is doing a pottery class. At least she was,
that's
I know,
right.
this last
Yeah.
spring, like once a week. And she said, it's people I'd never hang out with otherwise.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And you enjoy
make
the
a new
company,
group of friends.
Definitely. Man, she said in all the points, like several points we've talked about in our podcast.
I know.
So this is
Am I
good.
about self-care?
Yes.
Here's your example.
And I will say, let's say you're like, if you're a person that
Personal
says
growth.
30 is a lot. Well, maybe just think, I'm going to have these 10 things that I want to
Yeah.
do, and give yourself 6 months, even a year if you really need to, and be like, this is it, 30 before 30 is like catchy.
It's just
so
a
I get
catchphrase,
it.
so that's really good, you know?
Yes.
Well,
So I
and
get
like, I said, I think like I'm doing 5 hobby classes for, you don't have to put numbers on those things. Like just do one thing, like one hobby class, one date night with your significant other,
Yeah, definitely.
But
Yeah, I like it. So now we have some ideas.
We do.
Yes.
This is,
Yeah, thank you, Cassie.
Thank
and I
you.
hope
course.
listeners that you're inspired. Put some stuff on your list for yourself. For sure. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for talking with us. Not sure what next week's going to be yet. We'll figure it out.
It's still summer.
It's still kind of summer. We'll be a little more structured. Yeah.
Yeah,
come
we've
fall,
got
but
stuff
we'll
in the
pick
fall
something
coming
fun.
up. So, yeah.
Yes, but it was a fun week. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, and yes, if you want to, we will still be putting up meditations on our Patreon, Instagram. You can email us questions. Maybe email us some topics that you want to hear coming up this fall. Love to hear from you guys. So make sure to follow us.
And we look forward to next Tuesday when we take a breath and take a listen. All right, Sydney, I am so looking forward to the month of August and our podcast.
Really, I thought it was just because it was our birthday month.
Oh, for that too. Maybe we'll have some cake and ice cream. Well, that too. But yeah, because we're kind of refocusing. We had a lot of fun this summer doing various experiences and talking about books and the fun stuff. We're kind of getting back into a little more serious issues of
Personal growth.
personal growth. And what's the first week?
First week is when things don't go as planned.
That's right. Yes. And then we're going to be looking at why is personal growth so hard?
Then we talk about control.
And then control. I like that.
Oh my
one.
gosh.
We're going to talk about control, and then we're going to talk about some spiritual tools or whatever you want to call it for this wonderful journey that we're all on.
Man, it'll be a fun month. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of An Incomplete Guide to Personal Growth. There are many ways you can stay connected. Follow us on Instagram at An Incomplete Guide Podcast, where you can sign up for our email list and get posts that delve deeper into our weekly topics. Make sure to subscribe to our podcast page wherever you listen to your podcasts. We would really appreciate a rating and sharing us with your family and friends.
We're so glad you chose to spend your time with us and hope there was a thought, a resource, or a laugh that you can take on your journey. We'll be here every Tuesday for you to take a breath and take a listen.